Drive hard your chariot, lest the horses falter. The sun's journey is neither fixed nor certain, in a world where nothing holds up the sky. Soon the archaeologist will see colour changes in the sand. Where once was form will stand for nothing more than evidence of once what was. The tears I'll shed will be wax from wings that passed too close to life's true heart, and none shall turn away from that dark night when all life's memories, carefully boxed, will empty out and write the novel never writ, to fade against the light of lives still to live. Now I no longer run with the pack, but in my dreams I still climb mountains to touch the beauty of the universe. Thus, whilst a heart still beats my breast, the reins will never be set to rest. I have never paused to consider I might one day lose my independence. None of us can ever be prepared for what we cannot predict, and this is especially true for those things which we most take for granted. When I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis in January 2001, I quickly went into denial. I frantically surfed the internet to discover everything I could about my new enemy. But all I could place my hope in was the idea that I might be one of the lucky ones, experiencing just one episode of weakness, from which I would mostly recover, and then continue to live a relatively normal life. To some extent, I consider myself lucky to have had time to adjust to my changing capacities. It must be so much harder to just wake up one day, perhaps after an accident, to discover you can no longer walk. It would be too easy to catalogue the various symptoms and limitations I am confronted with. To do so would serve no purpose for any of us. If I were to think daily about these things, or just consider the things I can no longer do, I would quickly drive myself crazy. It is enough for me to just recognize that my life is changed, perhaps quite different, but neither better nor worse than it might have been. My mental faculties are relatively unimpaired, a little slower perhaps. I cannot speak with the same confidence I once did when my lungs had a little more exercise. The single most important choice I have made is to always see the positive. Yes, there are limitations placed on what I can reasonably achieve, but isn't this the case for everybody? I sometimes say, playfully, that I am simply experiencing what everyone will one day have to face. That changes to my life will be stretched across a period of time is just a strange quirk of fate, and one that I would not allow myself to dwell upon. The human animal is nothing if not adaptable, and I have enough wisdom to recognize that what I am able to do is far more important than what I can no longer do. Independence, of course, is a state of mind, one that can be greatly assisted by the right kind of help. I cannot, for example, dress myself, but I can still decide what I wish to wear. and there is much I can still consume, should I choose to do so. That I require assistance to achieve what I wish only underlines one of the most difficult aspects of the lives we lead, that we must first choose what it is we wish to achieve. The fact of my physical disability restricts my choices, but I am always quick to remember that I have the consequential benefit of time, that most valuable of commodities. My time is still mine to use pretty well as I please. More than can be said for many perfectly healthy people, chasing their tails to keep up their expensive mortgages.
We're going up to dancing ring, up to the club.
Right.
So up over the downs,
Brilliant.
through the woods, catch some rabbits, don't we? Chase some rabbits.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Well, she's had several little bits of food, so she
That'll keep her going. Give her your energies, won't
And
it?
you're excited.
She is, every day.
Having Paul here always excited. Go on then, you better go because
Okay.
it's your day, Oscar.
Okay, see you later.
Bye, thanks Julie.
Bye. Good girl.
I live in a one-bedroom flat where once I might have desired to live in a larger house, with more rooms than I need. I'm not going to miss what I don't have, and in fact I have learned to appreciate that I no longer live in a cluttered house. The choice has partly been made for me, but it is one with which I have learned to conspire. Making my smaller home just right for me is something made far easier by factors external to me, limiting my choices, but not removing them completely. No two people will confront the same problem in the same way. If I had gained most pleasure in my life from playing squash, I might be less able to appreciate what I can achieve without having to get out of breath. The fact is, I never did like squash, so nothing lost there then. Like everybody, my day begins when I wake to contemplate what the day holds. I can get up when I wish, transferring to my electric wheelchair, but to get dressed I must await the arrival of my personal assistant. On a weekday, it is Anna, who for several hours each day I have been able to employ, because of the way I manage my own care budget, to be my personal assistant, and not just with dressing, but with running my household, and by doing so, helping me to realize my dreams. Most recently, this has meant helping me to organize the redecoration of my apartment. Anna has helped me choose appropriate fittings, and has generally acted as a sounding board for my ideas and aspirations. Time management was never one of my strengths, but with Anna's encouragement I have gradually become more organized, and because as a disabled person there is so much more work and planning involved in even simple things like travel, she will help me to organize the practicalities. She often helps me to sift ideas and prioritize them. In the future, whatever it holds, I intend to achieve some of my long-held aspirations with regard to creative writing, something which I can still compete like an Olympian, thanks to the existence of voice-activated software. As long as I can speak, I can type. I want to start a blog, which will enable me to create an outlet for what I have to say. I have become far more choosy about how I spend my time, but there are still some writing projects I wish to pursue, and this might involve some research trips. For this I have available to me, at reasonable cost, a specially adapted vehicle purchased by the local MS Society. I'm a realist, and so I don't have unreasonable expectations for the future. I will be working hard on my socialization, which I dare say technology may assist. I just have to learn a bit more about the way in which people interact online. It seems just as much a mystery as the way it works in real life. Lunch with Nicole. I want to make a lunch date with Nicole Kidman, because I like the sound of her voice. There is romance in the death of a courtesan, intensity in the life of a writer, though I can't think what we would talk about beyond La Vie Bohème and To the Lighthouse, although I'd rather make her laugh, if she would let me. Dreams are vital to be human, the stranger and grander the better. Paths lead to mountains, passion to love, and each step and each breath bring us closer to death. Find your dream and choose life.